A lot of people have been asking me, yo, Lex, which pin system do you like? I like the tapping, honestly, but I do agree with what they said in the interviews. Sometimes when you do the tapping minigame for the kick out, you know that after a couple finishers, it's pretty much impossible to kick out when you're spamming, no matter how hard you really spam it. So with the timed minigame, it's actually interesting because it does get a little shaky. And it's a little nerve-wracking. I struggled with it a little bit at first because the bar's not that big always. But you could either put the right stick up or just tap X or A depending on the console you're on. But point is, you may want to look into the timing versus the tapping. Just because the timing, you may have one of those heroic comebacks in store by just getting lucky out of that kick out, right? And if you do the tap, 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 you may not have that heroic chance because let's be honest, you just gave up. You just couldn't tap fast enough. So this year they added that, and it's a very cool feature, which I highly recommend. Do the tutorial, you'll get an achievement, you'll get a trophy for it, depending on the console you're on, obviously. But either way, you do get rewarded for it. And you get to see the pin system for yourself in a learning environment, and you get the hang of it. For the most part, you see what the game has to offer, which is a lot like 2K22, but at the end of the day, you get to choose immediately which one you would go with. So we're done with the tutorial here, and you get to choose which mini game you want to pick for the pinning system. I like the timed. I want to get used to it early on. I already know that as a fallback, I could use the rapid because that's the one that I used in 2K22 and I thoroughly enjoyed that one as well. But I would recommend you give a chance to the timed one. Take a look at this tutorial once again because it will help and it'll make your decision a lot easier. Either way, if you didn't do it at launch, you could go back into the settings and do it whenever you want. So no worries with that. Let me know which pin system you're using. Are you going with timed or rapid? I'm going time.